Good morning, everyone. Thank you to our residents, our guests, elected officials, and city staff who's joined us either virtually or in person for my annual State of the City address. I hope everyone had a wonderful and safe Christmas and a happy New Year, and I welcome you to what we all hope will be a fresh start in 2021. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce City Council members who are in attendance. Mr. Councilman Tom Herwick from Ward 2. Tom, thanks for being here. I'd also like to introduce Kathy Duck, President of the O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Thanks for being here and for all you do for the great city of O'Fallon. I'd also like to introduce our city administrator, Mr. Mike Snowden, our assistant city administrator, Lenore Tozer-Aldez, and our chief of police, Philip Dupuis. It is safe to say that 2020 wasn't quite what we all expected when I gave this speech a year ago. We had no idea what would hit us just a few weeks later. As we all know, COVID-19 changed this past year for all of us. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who dealt with a serious illness or death of a loved one during this pandemic. Despite everything, there were signs of hope. COVID has challenged us to respond and rethink how we live our lives, operate our businesses, and even interact with each other socially. I am so proud of our residents and businesses who have willingly changed the way they live to keep each other safe. I want to thank our doctors, our nurses, healthcare employees, police officers, paramedics, EMTs, and firefighters who have continued to serve and protect us. They never had an option to work from home or shut down for a few weeks, and they never complained. They continued to show up to work with a desire to serve and be there for us when they were needed. We are so thankful for all of you for continuing to answer the call. I also want to thank our teachers, our school administrators, and all the parents who have found ways to continue to teach our children. From when everything shut down in March and teaching over Zoom became a standard practice, to finding new ways to bring students back to school in the fall, to accommodating those who needed to stay home due to quarantine or illness, our teachers have found a way to get through it all. On behalf of us here at the great city of O'Fallon, we are truly grateful for all of you done and you will continue to do this coming year. Finally, I want to say thank you to all our essential workers who have continued to keep our economy working here in the great city of O'Fallon. As I'll talk more about later, our city's economy not only survived, but it thrived during this pandemic. And it is because of the men and women who work at all of our stores and restaurants. You kept working and found new ways to keep your businesses open and safe throughout the year. Of course, we have our own team of essential workers, and I am impressed with how our staff responded to every challenge 2020 threw at them. Our police, streets, water, and sewer environmental service teams continued to provide exceptional service without any interruption. Our Parks and Recreation Department rescheduled and reimagined events as things changed throughout the year. And everyone here at City Hall continues to work through this pandemic to serve you. I am grateful to all of you for your hard work, creativity, and willingness to face every challenge. I know 2020 was difficult for all of us, but we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And here at City Hall, we have had to make major changes. And one thing this year has shown us is that our city is united, resilient, and incredibly strong. We met every challenge, and I'm so proud of our city council, our city staff, and all of you for making it happen. As I mentioned, despite everything, this has actually been a solid year for our city economically. Our business community responded in so many ways, and our sales tax revenues met the goals we set long before we ever heard of COVID-19. We owe a great deal of gratitude to our residents who adjusted to wearing masks and social distancing and continued to keep it in the O by supporting O'Fallon restaurants and retailers. It's been tough for us all, but your dedication to shopping locally is the main reason our city has been able to weather the storm. Additionally, you reaffirmed your faith in your hometown by passing Proposition 1 back in June. adding the use tax to many out-of-state purchases. Because of you, we can ensure our local businesses can compete fairly with the online giants, and we will see a new stream of revenues that will improve technology in our police department and allow our street crews to make even more repairs in your neighborhoods. Here in City Hall, we have adjusted also. Our economic development and planning departments worked with our restaurant community to expand outdoor dining options, and our CDBG programs offered funding to help our local businesses keep our residents employed and rethink their layouts to protect both employees and customers from COVID. We're also now offering grants of up to $6,000 for residents who are behind on their mortgage, rent, utility bills because of COVID. If you need assistance, please call us here at City Hall and we can put you in touch with the organizations that can help you. Despite everything 2020 threw at us, our city has continued to move forward. Our residents responded to the census in record numbers, which should ensure O'Fallon continues to receive fair representation in Congress and our fair share of federal funding for important projects as we move through this next decade. Our city's financial management continues to be excellent. We again operated with a balanced budget and even offered our residents a lower property tax rate than in the previous year. O'Fallon was recognized for financial excellence as Moody's upgraded our bond rating from an AA2 to an AA1, which is one of the highest ratings available. This is due to our conservative financial practices and our strong operating reserves. We launched a new city website, which has made finding the information you need even easier. And we will be adding even more great features in 2021. A big part of this will be improved self-service opportunities to allow our residents to access city services online as easily as possible. This is a major goal of our project to revamp all of the city's technology systems and bring them onto a single platform, making us more efficient and allowing better collaboration and innovation between the departments. We just launched the first and possibly most significant piece of this on January 1st as our entire financial system moved to this system, and we've already begun the process of building on this foundation. You'll see many of the public-facing, user-focused improvements later this year. Throughout 2020, we made significant improvements in our infrastructure too. As our Renew O'Fallon program reached several major milestones in our water and sewer department, we began construction of our new $26 million sewer plant. The new plant, which is needed to meet ever-changing DNR requirements, will allow for a cleaner, more efficient system. This plant is on schedule to open in the fall of 2022. We've also changed the way we remove our biosolid waste, resulting in future savings of nearly $17 million and lowered the planned sewer rate increase by more than 7%. Our water and sewer line replacement projects also kicked into high gear, with miles of water lines replaced throughout North O'Fallon and improved sewer lines throughout the system. This year, we will continue to replace the older lines, and we will rehabilitate several of our wells and water towers to ensure we continue to provide a safe and clean water supply. Perhaps the most notable infrastructure improvement we made throughout the city just wrapped up last month. The first phase of the I-70 corridor project is now complete, which means the city's primary northern entrance has completely been redone. This project would significantly improve traffic flow throughout the north side, should also be a major driver of economic development in the coming years as a new commercial and industrial land is now available for development. Our engineering team also secured more than $8 million in state and federal funding for road improvements on many of our major streets. Projects along Main Street, Winghaven, Mexico, and Highway Double D will all see improvements from this funding. On the city's south side, another huge project is now underway. After nearly 3 years of negotiation and hard work by nearly every city department, Payne Family Homes broke ground on one of the largest mixed-use developments in O'Fallon's history. The $400 million Streets of Caledonia project includes more than 650 single-family homes and townhomes, and nearly 100 acres dedicated to commercial, office, and retail development. This project is located at the intersection of I-64 and Highway DD, adjacent to the Great O'Day Park. Our economic development efforts greatly impacted our existing businesses too. During these extremely challenging economic times, our staff was on the front lines working with and providing support to our existing business community. We partnered with the O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce and Industries to contact more than 1,000 businesses during the first 2 months of the pandemic, with a real emphasis on retailers, restaurants, and manufacturers. Our O'Fallon Chamber does so much for our business community, and we are proud to continue our strong partnership with the Chamber and all of our businesses. We launched a new O'Fallon is Open for Business campaign to support our existing businesses and remind developers and decision makers that our city is a great place to locate and operate your business. The focus on business recruitment has already paid off as several retail openings created by the impact of the pandemic are on their way to being filled. Advanced manufacturing firm constructed almost 300,000 square feet of industrial space in O'Fallon this past year. We welcomed Cosmos Corporation and their 200 employees into a beautiful new global headquarters on Pearl Drive, and they immediately stepped up to help our community. This family-owned business donated 100 cases of their newest product, much-needed hand sanitizers, to the city and to the O'Fallon Chamber this spring. It is just one of the many examples of a local business community supporting our city. Our economic development efforts will expand in 2021 as we add a new staff member who will be charged with leading our business attraction efforts. The retention of O'Fallon's existing businesses also will be a top priority. These businesses survived this past year's economic adversity and will get special attention as they adjust to new economic realities. Our public works teams excelled throughout the year. In our environmental services department, we expanded the recycling drop-off locations at both the Justice Center and Renaud, resulting in more convenient facilities and increased usage. And despite the challenges presented by COVID, the department provided a dozen bulk waste, electronic recycling, and shredding events and more than 3 million curbside pickups. In 2021, the environmental services will enhance the drop-off location here at City Hall and will offer new, affordable service, allowing residents to rent roll-off dumpsters for residential cleanup or renovation projects. Our Parks Department received a tremendous honor last year when it won the Missouri Municipal League's Innovation Award for the amazing O'Day Park. MML recognized our parks team for the spectacular design that preserved the natural beauty of the area and the innovative water preservation system that uses reclaimed water from the playground to irrigate the park. Our newly formed Recreation Department made constant adjustments to provide our residents as many safe programs as possible. This year, our Parks and Recreation teams will partner to undertake a needs assessment and master plan for our entire system. This process will help shape the future of our park system. Master planning is also a focus of our planning department, which is working with a group of residents to create a new comprehensive plan for our entire city. This process we began with public meetings last year and will continue throughout the coming year. We also will be updating our building codes this year. This process will ensure our housing and commercial buildings are built to the highest available standards. Our police department completed the accreditation process last year and introduced a great new golf cart program that helped our officers engage with our residents safely throughout the summer. Over the next 2 years, the police department will begin significantly upgrading its technology with the new records management and dispatch systems and new body and dash cameras. This much needed improvements are all funded with the use tax funds that you, our voters, approved last June. As we all know, COVID forced the cancellation of many of our great events and volunteer opportunities last year. But I want to say thank you to our tourism festivals and volunteer service teams for all the efforts to bring as much normalcy as possible to the year. These departments tried every idea they could to offer our residents a safe, fun activities. And through their efforts, we're able to offer jamming, celebration of lights, the holiday stroll, and countless small events. Of course, our showcase event, the Heritage and Freedom Fest, was rescheduled and later canceled, but we've already started working on bringing this event back in 2021, and I can't wait for all of us to safely return to the Ozzie Smith Sports Complex for the 4th of July. Our volunteer community continued to support our staff through donation of thousands of hours, times, and events. In our offices here at City Hall, and especially our boards and commissions, these dedicated individuals advise the City Council on many of the issues that impact our community, and we couldn't do our jobs without them. Needless to say, 2020 forced our businesses, our staff, and elected officials, and all of you to look at things in a way none of us has ever done before. It was a challenging year for all of us, but we got through it together. I truly believe that our staff is the best around, whether it's the police officers you see patrolling your neighborhood, the environmental services trucks, environmental services drivers who collect your trash and recycling, and the water crews that are fixing a broken main at 3 in the morning in the bitter cold temperatures, or the fitness instructors leading our class at the Renaud Center. Our staff works for you, and they take great pride in that, and I'm so grateful for all that they do. Our staff is also heavily involved in our community. Our adoptive family program provides Christmas gifts to local families, and the program is funded by our community development block grant. That is tough to say. And our annual Project Home Golf Tournament allows numerous low-income residents to fix up their homes, address code violations, or even buy their first home here in the great city of O'Fallon. This year made things tougher than ever, but our staff, once again, exceeded all expectations. And 2021 is already showing us that there is real hope for return to normal life. I'm so proud of what we have accomplished this past year, and I am extremely excited for what's to come. As we move forward, I'd like to encourage you to help keep O'Fallon strong by getting involved in your city. Volunteer, attend a city council meeting, or help on a committee or a commission. And please don't hesitate to contact your council members, our staff, or me directly and let us know what you think, what you see in our city, and what we can do to improve. As I close today, let me just say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to continue to serve as your mayor. Thank you for meeting all of the challenges from this past year. And thank you for shopping and dining in the great city of O'Fallon. Thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone to find new ways to live safely. And thank you for continuing to keep this city one of our country's best places to live, work, and play. Thank you. God bless you, your family, and this great city. Thank you.